Good morning. We've got some breaking news. Inflation for the month of November has just crossed. It's a fall. It's a fall more than expected as well. Paul Kelso's here with the numbers for us. Paul, good morning.
Yeah, inflation in November, CPI, consumer price inflation, has fallen to 3.2%. That's a 0.4 percentage point drop. So 3.6% in October itself, a fall on 3.8, where it had plateaued in late summer. This is encouraging news because it indicates that all the forecasts about which there hasn't been much controversy, that inflation is on the wane, that we've reached the top of the cycle and inflation is falling. Excuse me. That is well underway. It is ahead of where expectations were. Consensus economists would be a 0.1 percentage point, 0.2 percentage point fall.
So, good news for people worried about the cost of living. That's the headline.
Yeah, prices are still rising. We remind people that inflation is prices rising. They're not rising as fast as they were. And we'd seen the peak of this inflationary cycle had been relatively easy to predict, because it was last month, October. That's when energy prices are recalculated. Higher energy prices a year ago dropped out of the calculations, but this is good news, and it is more than expected. And of course, it comes a day ahead of the last big bit of economic news of the year, which would be the Bank of England's Monetary Policy Committee, who'll begin their discussions around their decision today. They'll be taking these numbers into account. Andrew Bailey, the governor of the Bank of England, had said at their last meeting, when they left rates unchanged at 4%, that he wanted more evidence that prices were falling. And this would appear to give them that. It's nailed on, and certainly as far as the markets are, that there'll be a point cut tomorrow. So that might sweeten Christmas a little bit if you've got a mortgage or if you're thinking of getting one.
Yeah, you mentioned that core inflation was 3.2%. That was a bit lower than expected as well. Services inflation 4.4%, also a bit lower than expected. So at the headline rate, the trend is falling. September was 3.8%. October was 3.6%. This data this morning for the month of November, 3.2, so lower even than expected. And good news.
There's one interesting note here, just to pull out from the Office for National Statistics. We're just getting their notes to this. One of the drivers, lower food prices. Food price inflation has been unavoidable for people, and it's one. Well, we've been talking about inflation falling. People have been looking at their shopping and saying, well, not from where I'm looking at, but with food inflation dropping away. Particularly this time of year, is when people are about to do the really big shop. That is some positive news.
Yeah. And I guess, as Paul said, Bank of England decision tomorrow. It was expected that we'd get a rate cut before now. I'm sure the odds of that rate cut will rise a little bit further today with this news being digested. Paul, great stuff. Thanks so much.